Russia is at it again. They sold off lots of US debt this year and it's not stopping. They're continuing to reduce their exposure to the US after specifically stating that they would. Will they sell it all? You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. This is a continuation of a video I had done 1 month ago. Russia is continuing their policy of weaning off of the US. Let's begin by taking a look at the chart I showed you 1 month ago. You will see that it moves from 100 billion down to 48.7, so they sold off half of the amount that they have. Then we look at today. Now look at what happens to the chart on the right hand side. You can see it goes from that $48 billion mark down to just under 15 billion. Significant sell-off that is taking place right here as we speak. They are selling off, it appears, all or at least most of the debt of the US that they are carrying. At the beginning of 2018, they were at $100 billion. A few months later, it's at 85% less. That's $14.9 billion. You can see the video that I did here showing it very briefly, describing it. And then I had some individuals who commented, number one, this chart could be fake. You probably just made it up. So I'll show you what I sent to that person. And there were others who said, 50 billion, that's all? It's insignificant. So I'll talk about those two things, beginning with this. This is directly from the Treasury's own website. If you actually take the time, unlike that individual, to step in, do the research, you will find this chart. Only took me a few minutes. But if you look at the chart of the major foreign holders of Treasury securities, Russia is not even here. They actually are now not considered to be a major foreign holder. But I was able to locate them here. U.S. Treasury secretaries held by foreign residents. Looking at this, Russia right here, 14.9. I'll highlight that just in case that individual is watching. 14.9 right here. And its long term is 9 and short term is 5. So you can see that directly from the Treasury's own website. You don't have to trust the charts. You can see it for yourself. Are we suggesting that the Treasury's website is not accurate as well? Well, I can't do anything about that. I can't go to Russia and, talk to Putin and ask him to tally it all up for me. So this is what we're going with. They've sold off a significant amount. Now, I could look at this and say to myself, well, if you think about it, it's only $50 billion. It's only $100 billion, even if they sell it all. It doesn't really mean much. Well, that's not the point. The point is that Putin said they're going to sell off their US debt. They're going to diversify their holdings. They've been increasing their gold. They've been selling off US debt. Look, there's more than one reason why they're doing this. But he said they were going to do it. They're actually acting upon it directly. Immediately after saying it, they started acting on it. They made that policy very clear. So I look at this and think to myself, they're starting to diversify. Will the world start to diversify as well? Who are other countries that have been selling off? Well, we can look here. China, it's lower than where it was back in 2016, but we also did see them accumulating throughout the let's say first half or so of 2017. So it goes up and down for China. And they're around that, looks like $1.2 trillion or so, a little bit lower than that. They've been trading within a range here, trying to keep it around this. And I'm sure they're using this in order to stabilize their currency. They can do what they need to using their holdings of US debt. Now they're holding a lot, but look at this. Japan has definitely been selling. Yes, just recently, they had accumulated a little bit. And they've done this before. I mean, you can see the previous instances where this has occurred. It's not the first time. But the trend is clearly down. That's what's happening. I mean, they peaked out right here at about 1.25, and then it went down to pretty much right around that trillion. So this is something that I need to note. I want to bring it to you. I'll bring it short. I'll end it there. Don't want to rant on. We need to follow what they're doing in all other countries as well. I will keep you updated on this. If you found the video informative, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want the financial education you were not taught in schools, these 2 books have it all. Please check the link in the description. You can actually flip through the books over there. If you're more interested in the audiobook, you can get that at themoneygps.com.